step inside this spacious cabin of the H100 truck, and I can tell you Hyundai have done a lot of work in as far as designing this car to feel very passenger-like. And obviously all the instruments are angled towards the driver-centric, so that you have maximum control while driving this particular car. Now, let's start. Center console, there is no display over here. It's huge air vents to allow the climate into the vehicle, so AC works perfectly and it comes as standard. Remember, cars in this particular category don't have AC as standard, so this one is standard. Then below it you do have an audio system which is standard and has FM, which you can play right now and see. So when you're doing your deliveries, last mile deliveries, you can actually enjoy the music courtesy of the FM sound system with 4 speakers. If you have a CD, you can actually play CDs over here in auxiliary mode if you want to plug in your radio or your telephone and listen to the music as you drive along and deliver goods and services to wherever you may need. Below it you do have a space here you can actually put your mobile phone as standard, and then you do have, for those who smoke, an ashtray and obviously a cigarette lighter. Those are the things that most of these drivers need. And right below it you do have plenty of space. This gearbox console has nothing, just a standard 5-speed stick shift and a space for your drink. So as you drive along you can actually sip some water, you know what I mean, and actually have some hand sanitizers, as you are aware we are on a coronavirus plague. Anyway, instrument miracle, clear and precise. The italics are used to ensure that you get all the visual information very easily. On the left hand side you do have a tachometer, and the right hand side is a speedometer, and actually in between you do have a clock and a temperature and fuel gauge setting. Nothing fancy, nothing major. All the critical aspects of this particular car are here and visible for you to use. The seats, it seats 3 people. Well, because of Corona it's going to be 2, but it's a 3-seater over here, comfortable for turn boy and then the other guy. And obviously you do have glove compartment as standard. You can actually store your delivery books over there. You have headrests as well, and it's very comfortable, and then seat belts all across the range. This particular car is good for last mile connectivity. So moving over to the load bay area, and I can tell you for a fact that Hyundai have made this H100 so practical, more practical than your standard pickup. And what am I talking about? You can actually load a lot of things. And the best thing about it, it's got a deeper, wider and larger surface area that you can carry a lot of volume when carrying stuff at the back. Practicality. How practical is this load bay? Well, you can open it from all angles, including the side. You can see here. If you need to carry anything from the back, you see. And finally, even on this other side. So it simplifies the work of having extra people to carry stuff. You can actually load stuff quite easily and actually secure it with ease. You can actually have it as a tonneau cover, as a hardtop cover. You can modify and make it in your own variation, because you're the one who's doing the last mile connectivity. You know what you're carrying inside here. You are able to make sure that the H100 becomes your partner for last mile connectivity. And that's what you need right now, guys. But before we go any further, how does it drive? How safe is it? What is the value for money proposition? Join me as I go on the road and find out how comfortable this particular H100 is. And we're going to get back to you after this short commercial break. Welcome to Cars with Big Boy Trev. Today we are on a factory tour of the TVS facility right in the heart of Nakuru. Remember, we are supporting local assembly as per the government's wish of doing the Big 4 agenda, where manufacturing is key. So we're here in Nakuru to see how the TVS bikes are made. We're going to go and talk to the plant manager who's going to give us a lowdown on how many bikes are being built, the different variations, and of course, the value for money proposition that these particular bikes will offer you, the customer. Stay tuned. Hi guys, welcome to the Kenyan General Bike Assembly right here in the heart of Nakuru. And with me today is a plant manager. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, my name is Girish. I am the plant in charge for TVS Bike in Kenyan General Nakuru. Welcome to our plant, Karibu Sana.
So where do we start? Where did the bike start?
From unpacking area. Normally when you are receive the material, we have our storage area this side. Then regarding to order for client which one is put to us, we are getting the particular model wise here, because right now we are dealing with around 7 models in different. When this bike, when any particular model, if you have the order for customer, we will bring here, that is the unpacking our area. So it is our all part list. Each and every box should be have this much part.
Wow.
Now this our line are divided in 5 different stages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each stages has the 2 guys, RH1, LH1. This guy has to be particular for his work. Example for here, he will unpack the tanks and this one and arrange on particular trolleys. When you go move slowly front, at the end of the conveyor we will found all parts is already arranged on trolleys and our box are empty.
So here they are empty?
Empty boxes here, all packs are unpacked. Who is working on this side? Because our main conveyor is there. If someone is remove the part, it will directly go for assembly line. But from this side, it will arrange on trolley. Then we have 2-3 suppliers. He will take the trolley, supply on particular stage on main conveyor. Now afterwards, we are going for sub-assembly.
Sub-assembly,
Sub-assembly means now there are small parts, children parts, which one come in box. We have to connect to each other or assembly to each other before go for main assembly line. That is stage called the sub-assembly area.
So let's go to sub-assembly and see.
Now our all assembly process is divided in 7 sub-assemblies area. It is will be changes regarding to model. Because sub-model we don't have sub-assemblies, some we have. Now, if you started here, it is the front fork sub-assembly. Means LHRS fork and under bracket, normally we receive the separately. We are connecting to each other on this side and attaching the front fender.
Front fender?
That is the first part. First part for the bike. That is say the sub-assembly for front fork. If you come here, that is the rear fender sub-assembly. Rear fender come on this side like this. No indicators, nothing. But we have to put all indicators and that to get like this sub-assembly.
Wow, so this is how it looks.
It is the final product now for rear fender. For the sub-assembly is ready to go online to fix on bike.
This is guys, as you can see, this is the final product after they have assembled now the rear fender. So you have the main brake light and the signal and turn-in signal. Amazing, guys. Let's go ahead.
It is the second sub-assembly, that is the frame. Actually, frame is come in this side, but we have to attach, this is the main stand, where normally we park our bike. That main stand, it should be attached here with the wire harness, all electrical wire harness. After the sub-assembly done, chassis will
look like this.
Look like this.
Okay.
After finishing the front fork sub-assembly, we are putting the front wheel. That is say the front wheel sub-assembly. After front wheel sub-assembly, we are going now to main line, main conveyor assembly.
Now this is where you put everything
together. Now it is the main our conveyor assembly line, which one is divided in 9 different stages. Now we will start with the first stage where chassis will connect with the front wheel, which one is already sub-assembly has done. Afterwards, it will put on conveyor.
Here?
Here.
Okay,
After put on conveyor, each individual chassis has its individual engine, which one is get supplied from our unpacking area to here. Now, this guy, we will take the particular number of engines, fix on the bike. His work to fix this bulba and tight all engines very well. Afterwards, when you go to our third stage, it will be air cleaner and battery holder, which should be fixed. After fixing the battery holder, air cleaner and handlebar, it is the handlebar which will get the sub-assembly to another side. It will attach the speedo cable and everything separately. Then we will fix here. After this one, all connection done for electrical and battery and air cleaner will fix. It will come to next stage. Now next stage, we are fixing a swing-up arm.
The swing arm,
Swing arm, where we will fix our rear wheel. This is the second part for bike. After fixing the swing arm, it will fix the rear suspension, that is the rear shock.
Yes.
And after fixing rear shock and tightening, he will leave it to go for another stage.
Yes.
After come to another stage, guys are here, he will fix the rear wheel. Each and every guy has his own work, which will finish less than 2 minutes.
So the average time on the line for every person is 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
Whatever work that you're doing?
What your work is doing, it should be finished before 2 minutes.
Talking about quality control, who comes and checks again the work that has been done?
After finishing the complete this bike,
yes,
we have our separate part, that is the PDI, pre-inspection delivery.
Yes, yes.
We have there some our staff. We will check everything regarding this bike, any missing, loose or damaged parts before go to end of the customer.
Okay.
Now after come here, we will fix exhaust.
Almost ready.
Almost ready.
Yes.
Within 2 minutes, our bikes will be ready.
And finally, this one looks.
Finally,
only
this
the
is
seat.
the final product. After fix the seat,
yes,
bike will complete.
Okay. So how many bikes do you churn every hour or every day?
Every day we are targeting 200 bikes. 200 bikes. Yeah. Because our production, this one, it is within 2 minutes. Yes. One bike will go down. But some stoppages, this one is there. Because we are targeting 200 bikes per day. We are get very easily production within our working hours 8 to 5. Any TVS bike all over in Kenya, it is just assembled in Nakuru only. We don't have any another plant anywhere. We have only in Nakuru assembly plant.
Well, thank you so much for showing me around. It's an honor to see this kind of work being done in Nakuru, and just being part of the Big Four agenda where we're supporting manufacturing. We'd like to thank Car in general for letting us come to the factory, see the processes, and of course, give us the lowdown on what bikes are coming into Kenya. Guys, that's not it. Stay tuned, because after the break, we're going to go and talk to the head of Car in general. He's going to give us much more details about this particular facility, the kind of bikes that are being sold in the country, and of course, the future of TVS in Kenya. Stay tuned.
Thank you for coming down, Trevor. My name is Vijay Gidamal. I'm the CEO of Car in General. We're in a whole vast array of products, as you can see over here. We went into the bike business in 2003, the three-wheeler business in 2004, 2005, the power gen business in 2006. And then we've gone into construction equipment in 2013 with Doosan, forklifts in 2013 with Toyota, and tractors with Kubota in 2014. So now, we've built quite a wide array of products with the support that goes with it, the oils, the tires, the parts. And it's been a very interesting journey trying to build this business. We always say it takes 20 years to build a great business. I think we have another 3 to go. So let's see how we get on. We set up the TVS assembly when the government was trying to promote the increased manufacturing in Kenya. And the natural place to start is with the assembly plant. So what the government did was they encouraged the setup of assembly plants by lowering the duty on CKD bikes, completely knocked down bikes. And the thinking behind that is that 1, it creates employment, which it does obviously. 2 is it creates the beginning of manufacturing. So as you scale up your assembly plants, you start backward integrating manufacturing. So that was the fundamental thinking behind it, and I think it was a very good decision. And in fact, right now we have a 5-year plan with the government so that we can localize 40% of our production in Kenya. And Nakuru, we set it up in Nakuru because it's fairly central. And when you look at access to the rest of Kenya, apart from maybe the coastal region, and if you look at where the rail is moving and everything else, if you look at proximity to Uganda, it made sense to set up here, just to be closer to our customers. Last year, we sold on average 3,600, 3,700 bikes a month, so just shy of 45,000 bikes. And our market share is around 20%. And really, if you look at the Kenyan market is probably around 15,000 bikes a month. And if we can scale that up to closer to 30,000 bikes a month as an industry, then the integration into backward manufacturing becomes very feasible. So then the manufacturing of seats, which we're working on, footrests, all the stuff you see here, we can make a lot of it locally, economically, at the right level of volume, given that sort of industry size. Electric bikes are definitely the future of mobility, I think. If you look at in India right now, they've just launched, the big boys have started launching. So Hero's just launched an electric bike, TVS has just launched an electric bike. TVS is the brand we represent. We're really sort of, they're a forerunner in the industry. And the truth is, the electric bike is the easiest thing to ride. You don't have to service it, you don't have to fuel it, you just have to plug it in when you get home, and your family can ride it, your wife, the husband, the son. It's so simple. And it gets you from A to B for very, very little. It costs you nothing. We're the #1 player in three-wheelers across East Africa, actually. We represent the Piaggio brand here, we represent the TVS brand in Tanzania. And the fact is that our market share is above 50%. And, they're very popular. And the truth is, again, they satisfy a means of transport that allows people to get around very efficiently and very cost effectively. As more and more industry is trying to get to the last mile, they're choosing increasingly the three-wheeler, and particularly the Piaggio three-wheeler, because it's the most popular three-wheeler. So they're choosing the three-wheeler to help them get into that last mile. So all the FMCGs, all the fast-moving consumer good companies are buying into the program.
It's a beautiful day and I'm driving the H100 truck courtesy of Hyundai. So let's get to the bottom of the business. It's powered by a 2.6 litre naturally aspirated diesel engine that produces 59 kilowatts and 167 Nm of torque, sent to the railways courtesy of a 5-speed manual transmission. Now it gets the job done. Now obviously when you talk about 59 kilowatts and 167 Nm of torque, you're like, it's a bit underpowered. Well, it's not, because this particular car is built for its job. So obviously when you look at the one-ton segment, you have the likes of the Ford Ranger, the Isuzu D-Max, and of course the Toyota Hilux, doing close to 88 kilowatts, 90 kilowatts, 100 kilowatts, and the torque levels are close to 400 Nm of torque. So this is not bad. What that translates to is fuel economy. Now, as we are in a period where fuel economy is so important for the last mile customer, then this car just makes a lot of sense. If you're doing deliveries around town, this particular car will give you good fuel economy figure of about 11 kilometers to the liter if you drive it well. If you overload it, obviously it's going to change as you go on. But that is just the nut, the bit of essence of this particular H100. It's efficient, it's reliable, and of course longevity is so important. Suspension up front, you do have a torsion beam suspension system, and at the back you have tapered leaf springs to allow the extra weight of this particular car to go through, and you're able to carry over 1.5 tons without any stress, which is very important, because doing last mile delivery, you need to carry enough cargo so that you're able to maximize on your profits, and that is what the H100 is all about. That said, safety-wise, you do have anti-lock braking system, which comes as standard. Your front disc brakes, and at the back you do have drum brakes, and of course you do have a safety cell that protects the passenger and the driver in case of an emergency collision. And obviously you do have reinforced side beams to ensure that you remain safe while on the H100. Question is, what is the value for money proposition? We need to go and find out what this car is all about as we talk about the value for money proposition, courtesy of Cars, Big Boy Trev. So guys, we've tested this Hyundai H100 truck, and I can tell you the value for money proposition is unbelievable. If you're a player and you're using 1 tons to carry your goods and services, then remember the H100 is the truck for you. Now, KTN Home Kenya will actually sell this particular truck for 2.6 million Kenya shillings. It comes with a 3-year, 100,000 kilometer warranty, and of course, the extensive network across the country. Now, who are the key rivals of this particular car? Anyone who's doing 1 tons. Toyota Hilux, Ford Ranger, Isuzu D-Max, all these players are now playing in this particular category, and this one gives absolute value for money. Bigger load bay, spacious cabin, and of course, you do have the safety sense courtesy of Hyundai. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for joining us on Cars with Big Boy Trev. As always, it's an honor. If you have any questions, comments, or queries, don't hesitate to write to us or see on the social media channels below, and we'll get back to you next week. Sending out, this is Big Boy Trev. Drive safe, be safe.